You might have to sacrifice some features or performance with the best cheap tablets. You can save quite a bit compared to the more expensive Apple versions. Of course, there are so many tablets out there, with new ones popping up on the market all the time, that figuring out which one to get can be tough. Here we have come up with the top 5 best cheap tablets in the market. 2 will find them not only informative but also insightful. Let's get started with the video then. And don't forget to check the product link in the description.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Number 1. Fire HD 10 Tablet. The Amazon Fire HD 10 takes an already good tablet and applies incremental upgrades, such as a slightly brighter screen, 1 GB more RAM and a smaller, lighter design. While it probably isn't a must-have for anyone who bought the 2019 model, it's a good demonstration of Amazon's ability to put out a value-driven slate that's good enough for many. Its biggest flaws, though, are nothing new. Most notably, Amazon's Fire OS is still app-challenged, missing the Google Play App Store, which means you can't get the full Gmail or YouTube experience, for example, such as a slightly brighter screen, 1 GB more RAM and a smaller, lighter design. While it probably isn't a must-have for anyone who bought the 2019 model, it's certainly showing Amazon's ability to put out a value-driven slate that's good enough for many. This keeps the Fire HD 10 spot among the best Android tablets out there, and one of the best tablets you can buy, especially if you're on a budget, as it's one of the best cheap tablets on the market. Its biggest flaws, though, are nothing new. Amazon's Fire OS is still app-challenged, missing the Google Play App Store. This means you can't get the full YouTube experience, among others. The better call, if you think you'll be irritated by slight lags in performance, is to spend an extra $30 to get the $179 Amazon Fire HD 10 Plus, arguably the best Amazon tablet ever. That said, the Fire HD 10 is still going to be great for the folks who are looking for a device to casually peruse the internet and read ebooks and watch video. It's just a matter of how far you're going to push it. Number 2. Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. Though it's not Samsung's newest slate, this excellent tablet has a ton of battery life, lasting over 12 hours on a single charge, and offers a sleek design with a bright screen and solid sound. This all ties together for a tablet that's great for consuming content on. The Galaxy Tab S6 Lite's thin bezels help it stand out from the mid-range tablet crowd even further, which offers low-latency drawing, is included by default, so you're less likely to lose it. Performance-wise, though, the Tab S6 Lite won't be blowing people away if they try to multitask. Still, it's a great Android tablet for not a lot of money. If the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite's performance were a little snappier, and its facial recognition more reliable, I would be far more in love with this slate. Watching the trailer for Netflix's Space Force on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, I noted decent color reproduction and detail. The Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is armed with the Samsung Exynos 9611 CPU and 4 GB of RAM, enough for a slight amount of productivity. After splitting my screen between 6 Chrome tabs and a 1080p YouTube video, I noticed some pauses when I moved between tabs. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite makes a strong argument as to how good an Android tablet can be. Its sharp and colorful display mixes with strong audio to make a great device for streaming shows and songs around the house, and its thin bezels make it feel more modern than many other tablets. If only its performance were snappier and Android developers paid more attention to how their apps look on tablets, this Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite review would be a lot more positive. Number 3. All-new Fire 7 Tablet. Amazon could have coasted when it comes to the Fire 7 tablet. Fortunately, the most recent iteration of the company's cheapest slate packs a snappy quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, which helps you navigate apps and browse the web faster than you'd expect from a tablet this cheap. And while previous Fire tablets made you tap to activate Alexa, which made no sense, it's meant to be summoned with your voice, the Fire 7 finally added voice triggers for the digital assistant. The Fire 7 tablet's Sub-HD screen is not sharp enough for anyone used to an iPad, and its lock screen is filled with ads unless you pay extra. Still, it's a great pick for kids looking for a media consumption device. First off, you can store more on the tablet, thanks to its 16 GB of storage that's been upgraded from 8 GB. Plus, Alexa is now as it was meant to be, available via a shout and not just a tap. Those upgrades don't change the existing downsides about the tablet. So, this review will show if the Amazon Fire 7 can compete with the $64 Walmart On. While we still think the Fire 7 is good for its price, your mileage may vary based on how ensconced you are in the Amazon ecosystem versus Google's issues that keep it from rising higher on our best tablets rankings. This Amazon Fire 7 review has shown that this is the best tablet at its price point, and will be enjoyed by many who haven't ventured upwards into the more expensive slates. Its comparatively speedy performance and long battery life will make it a solid consumption device. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. The Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 is a superbly built budget tablet, though its poor display might just prompt you to go for something a little more expensive. The Galaxy A8 represents Samsung's return to the budget market. It sports Samsung's signature premium design and build alongside other standout qualities like loud, booming audio via Dolby Atmos-powered quad speakers and decent battery life. Of course, something's gotta give at the budget end, and with the A8, that's both the screen and internal storage. The display is a rather basic 8 inches TFT LCD panel that, while sufficiently sharp, isn't particularly vibrant or color accurate. The entry-level 32 GB of internal storage will likely leave some wanting more, and without a microSD slot, that simply isn't possible. The Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 runs on a Unisoc Tiger T618 processor, together with either 3 GB or 4 GB RAM. This isn't the most familiar chip on the market, and you might expect Samsung to use one of its own Exynos chips, but it runs reasonably well for a budget tablet. Still, it's a great all-rounder that can already be found well below RRP, despite its launch earlier this year. Budget tablets don't come any better built than the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. Throw in a strong set of speakers and decent battery life, and you're halfway to a top-quality affordable media player. A poor screen and slow charging hold it back from top marks, but it's a good value option nonetheless. It's a tempting option if your bank balance won't stretch to anything like iPad or Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 territory. Our review sample was kindly provided by Box. Number 5. New Microsoft Surface Go 2. Sometimes, it takes a second try to make a thing go right. The Surface Go 2 takes aim at all the flaws of the predecessor and knocks them all down. First of all, thinner bezels make way for a bigger screen, arguably the most important part of a tablet. The Surface Go 2 has a 10.5-inch display, compared to 10 inches for the previous model. The biggest upgrade is the Surface Go 2's 11 hours and 39 minutes of battery life, which is over 5 hours longer than the original Surface Go. Microsoft also answered my prayers for a laptop with a great webcam. The 5-megapixel 1080p camera in its top bezel is great for the era of online video calls, and its second front camera sensor adds Windows Hello biometric login. Is the second time the charm for the Microsoft Surface Go 2? On paper, this tablet seeks to erase the issues of its predecessor, with more screen and less bezel. Visually, the Surface Go 2 looks to fit into the modern landscape by shedding its bezels to fit a larger screen in the same chassis. Combine that with improved specs over the original and an impressive webcam, and this Surface Go 2 review will show why it's an impressive low-cost machine for those working on the go and one of the best tablets available today. The Microsoft Surface Go 2 finally realizes the promise of the original Surface Go. Its bigger screen, smaller bezels, and longer battery life. But as you've seen in this Microsoft Surface Go 2 review, Microsoft's made a solid Surface 2-in-1 for those who don't want to pay pro prices. And, importantly for everyone working from home right now, it's got a webcam made for today, not a decade ago.